Hello everyone, welcome to my additional max class. Today I will discuss one of the hot question from Negeri Sembilan. This question is really very good and I take about half an hour to discuss this question. Hopefully after I discuss, you can understand the concept and you can do well in this topic, which is still statistics. Alright, so let's have a look at the question, and before that let's take a rest and enjoy the presentation. Have fun. Hi guys, let's go through the question first. Diagram 7 shows the histogram of time taken by a group of athletes in 100-meter running event. Okay, so you are given a histogram. So now let's highlight the keywords histogram and 100-meter running event. So this is not about the marks, it's about the timing. So you are given the histogram with a frequency. Frequency means number of athlete, okay, or number of runner that run for 100-meter, and then the time taken for them to complete the 100-meter. So as you can see, the time is in second, and the frequency are given 5, 7, and K and 12, right? So then you also can observe the class interval for the time, okay, for the time taken by the runner. So for this one, the time is very important, because the shortest the time means the better the performance. So you must be clear, this is not the marks, okay? So firstly, you have to label the frequency first. So for first class interval, there are 5 runner, followed by K and 12 and 7. So you are given the lower boundary and upper boundary. Okay, let's see question A. 50% of the athletes took less than 17.25 seconds to reach the finishing line. Find the value of K. Alright, normally when you see 50%, you should know that actually the question is targeting the median, okay? Because 50% is a middle data, so the question actually gave you the median 17.25, and they ask you to find the value of K. Still remember in my previous video, I did discuss question like this, but it's actually third quartile, alright, for the group data. So now for this question is a median because of the 50%. So if they say 25%, the best mark, okay, that is third quartile, okay, but 25%, the best performance athletes, okay, so you cannot say you must find the third quartile, because this is the time. The shorter the time, the better the performance of the athlete. Bear in mind that, okay, it's not always the number which is high is called good performance. Okay, first step for you to do this question is you must draw the table. Okay, now take out your ruler. Okay, draw the table, and the table we call as frequency table. It must have the class interval and the frequency and the cumulative frequency, okay? So now I want you to draw a table with column and row, and label class interval, frequency, and cumulative frequency. Alright? Okay, now you try to complete the frequency table before you can calculate the median. Now we are going to fill in the table with the class interval for the time taken by the athlete to complete the 100-meter run. So firstly, the first class interval should be 11 to 13, right? And then the frequency is 5. So for the first one, cumulative still 5. For class interval 14 to 16, frequency is K, so you are not given the K, so you cannot do anything. So you just plus a K for cumulative frequency. Alright, for 17 to 19, you have frequency 12, you can read from the table. So now your frequency will add on with 5 plus K plus 12. Do you understand? The k, let's say the k is a number, so you of course you will plus, isn't it? All right, so now you keep on adding. So the 20 to 22, you're having 7, so you will plus 7 plus 17, so 24 plus k is a plus, okay, not multiply. Okay, now you see the question asking that 50% of the athletes. Okay, so when you see 50%, of course it is median. So took less than 17.25. That means the median was given, which is 17.25. Okay, now you need to use a formula that actually when you obtain the formula from the formula list is actually median. You can copy down median is equal to L plus, okay, because of 50%, so we'll find the median. So let's copy down the formula from the formula list. So make sure you copy carefully. So median is equal to, according to the formula given, L, right, plus, and then with the rectangle bracket, n is a total, divided by 2 minus a big letter f is a cumulative frequency over small f times c. C is the size of the class. Okay, now you see we actually have 50%, so it means median was given. So now you can actually try to list out all the important information. So you need to find the L, which is a boundary, okay, lower boundary for the median class, and also the N, the big F and small f, and the C. But before that, you must highlight, okay, you must highlight the median class. So your given median is 17.25. So you go to the class interval and find the class interval that you can see the data which actually have the 17.25 in between them. So which class interval is actually having 17.25? Of course it will be class interval 17 to 19, right? Because the median is lies in that class, that particular class. So you need to highlight that particular class, and then based on that class interval, we will try to find all the important data to fill in into median's formula. So now our median was given 17.25. Now you take your highlighter, go to the frequency table, okay, go to frequency table and highlight the class interval that you can see the median lies between 17 to 19. Okay, that is very important. Now I'm highlighting using the pink color, because when you have this median class, when you know how to identify the median class, then only you will know how to find the L, how to find the big letter F, and how to find the small letter f and the C. Okay, still remember I asked you to draw the triangle. Okay, you can draw a triangle connecting 12 to 5 plus k. Okay, so from 17 to 19, that is a median class. So we have our small f is 12, right? That is the frequency at the median class. And the big letter F is the cumulative frequency before the median class. Very important, before the median class. And then you can read the a lower boundary for the median class, which is 16 plus 17 divided by 2, right? Okay, so you need to find out all the important information first. With the important information, then only you can plug into the formula. So 16 plus 17 divided by 2. So the lower boundary is 16.5, right? Okay, now we still need to find C. C, I'm sure you know, right? From 11 to 13, the size of the class. All right. Okay, so we have managed to find the L. The N you should know. The N is actually the last cumulative frequency, which is 24 plus K. Okay, so I have find the L 16.5, and then the C is from, let's say, 11 to 13. 11, 12, 13. So the size of the class is 3, right? Okay, so now you can substitute all this into the median formula. Okay, and then you try to solve it carefully. Now I'm going to teach you how to solve step by step. Okay, now you substitute carefully. 17.25 is the median, right? Then equal to, okay, let's do it carefully. If you do it carefully, then you will know, next time you know how to do. So L is 16.5 plus, there is a plus, okay, don't ignore the plus. N is the total cumulative frequency, which is 24 plus K, all right? And you have to divide by 2. According to the formula, it must be divided by 2, right? So, N divided by 2, and then minus the big letter F. Okay, big letter F, just now I highlighted already, is 5 plus K. So, you need to put a bracket because you got 2 terms. You are minusing 2 terms. So, you need to put bracket. Okay, and then you have to divide by the small f, which is 12, and you need to times with the C. Don't forget, you have to times with the C. Okay, please multiply the C for me. Okay, you have to times with the 3. Okay, now we try to simplify. First step, you take 16.5 to the left, minus first. Okay, it's very complicated. So the bracket, we leave it first. So you got 24 plus K over 2 minus 5 plus K, you don't disturb first, over the 3 and 12 you can simplify, right? So it becomes 4, right? Because you divide by 3. Okay, so 3 times 1, 3, 3 times 4, 12. Okay, now we simplify the bracket. Okay, so 17.25 minus 16.5. Please press your calculator right now. Now all of you take out your calculator and press. 17.25 minus 16.5. What is the answer? Okay, you got the answer already? Okay, what is the answer? 3 over 4, is it? I'm getting 3 over 4. How about you? Okay, so let's see how. Yeah, I got 3 over 4. You also getting 3 over 4, right? So 24 plus K over 2 minus 5 plus K over 4. So you have left and right also over 4. So you can actually simplify by, you can simplify the 4. It's just that because they are same, so you can just cut the 4. Or even you multiply also, you will notice that it will be cancelled out later on. So we just no need to cross multiply. We just cancel out the 4. Then we just equate the 3 equal to 24 plus K divide by 2 minus bracket. Don't forget your bracket, 5 plus K. Okay, now you're having over 2, right? So you can times 2 everybody. Every terms. You times 2. Okay, 2 times 3, you got 6, right? Okay, times 2, you must be fair. Every term, you must times 2. that is actually make the denominator the same. The fastest way to simplify is times 2, then you make the denominator the same, wasting your time, right? So you cancel out the 2. Okay, then this one is 2 bracket 5 plus k. You can times the 2 inside first, become 10 plus 2k. Finally, you have to open up the bracket, so become minus 10 minus 2k. And then now we want to solve the k, okay? So 6 is equal to 24 minus 10, you know, is 14 minus k. So now the k, negative k, you bring to the left, it become positive k. So positive k is 14 minus 6. So k is equal to 8. Okay, that is how you find the k. So it's not easy. So you must follow the step. Okay, after you know how to get the answer, you can try to find another question and try to do on your own. Try to take out your past year question and try to practice on your own, okay? I'm just teaching you this one so that you are confident when it comes to statistic for the median, for the first quartile, and for the third quartile for the group data. Alright? Okay. For this question, they ask you for part B. Okay, for part B is if 25% of the best performance of athletes will be chosen to enter the intensive training program for higher level of competition, what is the maximum time that can be achieved by the athlete if they want to be qualified for the training? Okay, for this question, I still remember from the previous video, I say if the best 25%, you must find third quartile, right? And if the lowest 25%, you find first quartile, right? But for your information, this is the time, runner's time. So the shortest is the best performance for the time. It means it is fastest, right? So be careful. So this is a hot question. So now, just now we have the k equal to 8. So you can use back the k for the table. And you substitute k equal to 8 into the table so that you can get the information from the table for the frequency and for the cumulative frequency. Then only you can use it to find the first quartile. Okay, now we are going to find the first quartile after we use the values of k just now. So still remember first quartile, I say you have to modify the formula. So let's modify the formula for the first quartile, which is equal to, actually the median formula, you can get it from the formula list, okay? Now the best 25% of the athletes that qualified for the training. So okay, so the best 25% here, it doesn't mean that you have to find the third quartile, okay? Because now we are having time, so it means the shortest time, okay? So this question is a bit challenging because it tests you the understanding of the terms time. So now we will copy down the formula for median and we will modify. So if median will be n over 2, so first quartile will be n over 4, and the rest will be remain unchanged, minus f, okay? So don't change the formula. Okay, now from the table you can read big F, small f, right? Alright, so the first quartile is you have to find the frequency, how many of the athletes first. First quartile means 1/4 of the total. 1/4 means 1 over 4. 1 over 4 times 32, right? So you must know 1 over 4 times 32 is how many? Okay, let's calculate the first quartile. Okay, so now we have to calculate the number of the athlete first. So 1 over 4 times total, we have 32 athlete, right? Okay, so now you got 8. The 8th athlete is having the first quartile. So where is the first quartile class interval? Okay, let's have a look at first quartile class interval. Is actually 8 is lies in 13, so it's actually 14 to 16, right? So now you highlight. I'm highlighting using the orange color. Can you see that? Okay, that is 8, 5 followed by 8, and then 5 plus 8 is 13. Okay, so now we write properly the frequency back. Okay, now we have to refer to the table like just now to get the right information. Okay, so now I want to write back my frequency for the table. So from 11 to 13 is 5, 14 to 16 is 8, right? 17 to 19, you should have 12, right? If you will read the question, just the table, the histogram, right, should be 12. Okay, so now, okay, with all the information correct already, now we can try to solve. Okay, now we want to find the first quartile. We need to read the first quartile class interval, which is 14 to 16. First step is you highlight the class. After you highlight the class, then only you can read the arrow. Okay, the one I highlighting in blue is the first quartile class interval. So you need to find the lower boundary. Okay, lower boundary is 13 plus 14 divided by 2. That's called L, right? So we will have to find big F, which is the cumulative frequency before the class interval for the first quartile. So the big F is 5. Notice that it is before the blue color class interval, and the small f is 8. Still remember, I teach you how to do from the previous video. You have to draw a triangle to connect the big F and small f. So now you just substitute all the information into the first quartile formula. Then you will solve it carefully. And for this one is easier because it's just press a calculator. So the L is 13.5. Just take 13 plus 14 divided by 2. Then now we need to substitute all the information into the first quartile formula. So we have L is 13.5 plus, okay, the N is, okay, 32 divided by 4. So it's 8 minus 5 over 8, okay, times the 3. So the first quartile is 14.625. Okay, so that is how you work out for the first quartile. Alright, so you have to write a sentence to explain the justification of your answer. So the athlete with time actually is a maximum time. That means the athlete which achieve 14.625 or below, okay, or less, okay, with time less than 14.625 or less, okay, will be qualified for the training program. Okay, so that is how you answer the HOTS question. You have to justify the answer by writing a sentence or a statement to support your working. So then you will say the athlete with time less than or equal 14.625 will be qualified for the training program. Alright, that is how you solve the HOTS question involving statistics. So hence the maximum time for the athlete to achieve in order to qualify for the training program is, so you have to write down the time. Just now you have find the first quartile, that is the answer. So the time they can achieve is 14.625 seconds, right? So this is the answer for the HOTS question that is very challenging, especially for paper 1. So you need to understand the concept and you need to practice how to work out the first quartile, the median, and also the third quartile for the group data. Okay, so I think that's all my sharing for today. I hope you will find some question from the past year book and try on your own. So till then, I will see you in my next video teaching. Bye bye and have a nice day.